Hi! Today I'm going to be making a double crust pie. Pie is the quintessential dessert. It's really my favorite thing to make, and today I'm going to be showing you a few tips to really nail it. I've made this pie crust before, and it's been chilling for a few hours. You always want to work with chilled pie dough because it's going to make a nice flaky dough. And then we're going to lightly flour our surface. If your dough is a little bit too hard, you can just pound on the dough with your rolling pin just a little bit and then roll it out. And you want to roll it to about 1/8 of an inch thick. It's good to turn your dough as you're doing this because you get a nice even circle. And you also want to flip your dough occasionally just to make sure that you get it even. If you need a little bit more flour, you can add a little bit more. Don't add too much. You don't want to add flour into the dough as you're doing this. And then once you've got it to about 1/8 of an inch thick, you can just add a little bit more flour. And then use your rolling pin to roll it up and put it onto a parchment paper lined sheet tray. I'm going to put this piece into the refrigerator while I work on the second piece. Now I'm going to make the filling. This technique will work for any kind of fruit. You could use it for apples, for berries, but we're going to be using peaches. I like to just rinse my peaches, and then I'm going to cut them into 1/8 of an inch thick slices. And they don't have to be perfect, but you kind of want them to be pretty even. So now that I've cut my peaches, I'm going to add some sugar. The sugar pulls out the natural juices of the peaches and it's going to create its own sort of liquid. And then we're going to add flour, and the flour is going to thicken that juice so that we don't have a gloppy pie. We're also going to add a little bit of salt and some lemon juice. You definitely want to add citrus to any dessert. It just adds some natural brightness. Some cinnamon. I love adding spices to pie or to any baked good. And cardamom. I think cardamom is this great spice. It's got this natural nutty warmth. If you haven't baked with ground cardamom, I encourage you to give it a try. And we're gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes and more of those juices are gonna come out. And that's gonna become the syrup of our pie. I've got my pie dough all rolled out. It's been defrosting for about 5 minutes, so it's still chilled, but it's pliable, as you can see. I'm just going to remove the parchment. I'm going to set it into my pie plate and pretty gently I'm going to push down with my fingers. Just make sure that it's in all of the corners. I'm going to take my kitchen shears and I'm just going to trim it all along to about 1 inch. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure that the fruit is nice and even inside the pie. And I'm just going to dot the peaches with the butter. This adds flavor. And it also helps to create some steam as the pie is baking. So we're just going to put the second piece right on top and then gently push down all along the sides and then trim this to about 1/2 inch overhang. So this top piece is going to fit inside the bottom piece. So to create an extra super seal, we're just going to use a little bit of egg wash. This is just 1 egg with a little bit of water, about 1 tablespoon, whisked together. And then you're gonna fold that bottom overhang over the top. So you're just gonna take your thumb and your fingers and you're gonna press like this to make an indentation. And you're just gonna go all the way around. To finish it off, I'm gonna use some of our egg wash. The egg wash just gives it a nice shiny coat. I'm gonna brush the top and the edges. And I'm gonna sprinkle it with sugar. I'm just using regular white sugar, but you can use demerara sugar or brown sugar to give it a little bit more of a crunch. So then the last thing that I need to do is make some slits on the top of the pie. That's going to allow the steam to release when the pie's cooking. You can do these however you want. It's pretty classic to do 3. The pie's been sitting out for a while. The dough's pretty soft, so I'm gonna put it into the fridge and get it chilled for about 15 minutes because we want our pie dough to be nice and chilled when it goes into the oven so the dough is super flaky. My oven is set at 400 and I'm gonna put it into the oven for 50 minutes. Okay, I've just pulled my pie out of the oven. It looks really delicious and it smells wonderful. You can see it's got this nice brown crust. That's from the egg wash and the sugar that I put on. You can see it's nice and crispy and crackly. Unfortunately, we have to wait until this pie cools completely until we can cut into it. It's probably going to be 2 to 3 hours, but I can't wait to cut into it because it's going to be really delicious. Okay, I have a slice of my pie. I love whipped cream with my pie, and I'm ready to dig in. It's delicious. Peach pie is my favorite thing to make in the summer, and now you know how simple it is to do, so I really encourage you to try out a double crust pie.